Outer changed me as a person, the way I see life actually. It's a beautiful game, it's an indie game made by Mobile Studios, and the first time I played Outer was probably 2021, something like that, you know. I was in a dark place in my mind at that time. I was in the dark place in life, and probably this is one of the reasons that playing that game changes the way I see life, the way I go to, the way I perceive the things life give to us, you know, and the things life take of us, probably. So I actually recommend you to play the game blindly. And if you are seeing this video, you will probably have already played this game. And that's why I'm saying this, because this video will have spoilers of the game. And if you don't want spoilers, you should play the game first. You should have the experience first, because it's an experience, you know. And yeah, welcome to this video. My name is Altiere. I have this channel where I speak about games, about, I don't know, games I like to play, you know. If you want to follow me on the other channels, the links are below in the bio and in the screen somewhere, I don't know. And let's go actually, né? So I have some points in the timeline of that game that became for me a permanent inscription in my mind, you know. The first thing I remember when I played this game for the first time, when I played that game for the first time, was, oh, this is a beautiful, nice game. Like the textures, the sound effects, you know, the ambience. You are just a little astronaut in your first day as an astronaut in this planet, and it's a tiny planet with tiny people, and they don't know the pain and the horror they will suffer forever. You know, it's a really beautiful, ignorant bliss. You know, the way they actually don't know that the planet is going to die because of a supernova. You know, it's, I don't know. It's, yeah. And the first time the game got me was when the character wake up and you see the star, you see the planets, you see like the giant deep, you know, and you can see the satellite explode and thrusting the probe to somewhere, you know, to a handle place in the 3D dimension. And this was the first point where I think to myself, oh, this is a game that's different from every other game I played my entire life, you know. And so I keep exploring the city, the neighborhood there, you know, in that little planet. And the first time I got to get outside the orbit of the planet, that was where the game hooked me in, and it engraved something in my mind that I will never forget. I will so much never forget that sometimes I think to myself, bro, I should like get some, I should get some amnesia, something like that, to play that game for the first time again, you know. So it's an experience that you only have once, and after you have this experience, you probably you never the game will never be the same to you, you know. So yeah, so you got out of Timberheart, you know, and the first planet I got after Timberheart was the Brittle Hollow. And when I got there, I saw the black hole, and I thought to myself, damn, that's a really different game. That's the sensation you felt, the sensation you feel when you see the black hole and you understand the irrational fear you have of black holes, you know, and you see it in front of you, and you think you're gonna die if you fall, if you fell into the black hole, but you actually got transported to the other place of the solar system. It's really great, you know. It's actually really great. So of course I got to Hollow Lantern, you know, the Hourglass Twins, of course, the Atoll Rock, and but actually the first planet that I think that is the most impactful when you first got into the planet is probably Giant's Deep because of the tornadoes and the atmosphere of that planet. You know, it's just it's a planet full of water. You don't have land in that planet. You actually have some islands, but the the islands got thrown to space, and there's not much space to land your spaceship. You know, every planet I visit for the first time is probably a reaction that I never got in any other game. You know, Outer Wilds is really a game that enters your mind and you don't see anything close to the experience you have playing it because it's such a different game of everything else. Everything was handcrafted and everything was placed the way it should be to get you to to exploring that universe, you know, to see the lore behind it, you know. And of course, the way the Nomai works is really beautiful. Actually, the handwriting of them, you know, they have that. It's like a cell phone, but a cell phone with a stick below it. You know, it's like a staff. They have that staff and they use it for everything. They can manipulate objects. They can write on surfaces. It's really crazy. And of course, the way they use music in that game is so good. The soundtrack of that game, it's really good. And I'm speaking only about the game Outer Wilds, not about the DLC, because we're gonna get that. Just wait, but we're gonna get that. So you are exploring, you know, and you see the progression you make when you go to another planet and you see some lore and you explore and okay, but you reach a point where you don't know where to go anymore because you have already got into everything, but you don't know how to end the game, end the loop, you know. Actually, look, going back in my mind right now, I'm remembering that the first time the game hooked me was on the time loop. The statue looking at you and like the memories going by and you see what the fuck is happening, bro. It's really different. It's yeah, and of course the way they use music to make you find your path to every other astronaut, you know, Feld's path and the others. It's really great. You can see like the game is such a different gem. It's until today I haven't seen a game that's really beautiful as Outer Wilds, you know. It was such a really well handcrafted game. The complete opposite of the games that are released today. For example, Call of Duty and like the new Assassin's Creed and things like that. It was a game made by gamers and true gamers, you know, not by some corporate. Um, yeah, you get the point. Actually, the game is about you understanding that you cannot live forever, you know, and you cannot. If you made some mistake, you can just understand that the mistakes happen, and you can just let it go, you know, like live another day and I don't know, enjoy life because life will end. This is the most beautiful part about this game because life will end someday, and you cannot do anything about to stop it because it will happen. You know, the only thing you can do about the end of life is just enjoy it, enjoy the transformation of life. Everything transforms. You know, death is not the end; it's just a transformation to another. Death is not the end; it's just a transformation of the subject. You know, so when you see life that way. You see your relations that way, the relations you have with people, the relations you have with yourself, you know. Um, and of course, I was saying, the way they use the music in that game is really beautiful because each astronaut have their own instrument they play, and when they play together, you get the main theme of the game. You get the Outer Wilds main theme, or OST, you know. And the fun part is when you apply Solana, when you apply Solemn instrument, it's a piano. Why it's a piano? Because a piano is complex, it's intelligent instrument, you know. The instrument they use reflects the way the personality of them. So the instrument they use reflects who they are, you know. It's really great. And when you get the Nomai, you get Solemn. When you get Solemn, she plays a piano. Why a piano? Because a piano is an instrument that only can be built if you have an intelligent civilization, a civilization that can create complex technology. You know, it's so crazy. And of course, they have like 3 eyes. They are goats with 3 eyes, you know, and the Hartians have 4 eyes. A citation that I never forget is, so I don't know who talks, but some Nomai say something like this. I want to understand what the 4th eye is for, because the conspiration theory, I don't know if this is correct, but the conspiration theory is that the 3rd eye, they can see quantum entanglement. So they start, for example, the statues they have in the museum, that is the quantum statues, and the quantum rocks that appear everywhere else in the solar system. You can actually see every position of the quantum statue, for example. So they can see that with the 3rd eye, you know. The Hartian cannot, because the Hartian have 4 eyes, but they are actually just normal eyes, the 4th of them. So yeah. And of course, when you go to when you finish the game, actually, you know, and you go to the DLC, it's such a different approach to the same universe, because you can see that the way, oh my God, I become emotional every time I talk about this DLC, because it's such a different approach to the way a species see the end of their reality, you know, because Nomai see the eye of the universe as I think that is actually a force of nature. You cannot stop it, you know. You cannot stop it. They actually have this thing that things happen and you go through life, and things happen if you die, if you die, if you don't die, if you don't die, and things like that, you know. But the Owlks, the protagonists, the the species of the DLC, they don't see life that way. They see life as they have fear of dying. So they have, and when they understand that the eye of the universe will probably kill everything they know, they actually become this fearless, they actually become this species that is afraid of everything. Not they become this species that is afraid of everything, but they build an entire bishop ring out of resources that they harvest from their own planet, and they destroy the planet in the process to live in a simulation. Look at this. This is so tragic and sad, because they want to live in a simulation. They want to live a life of lies, you know, instead of facing the reality that life is gonna end, you know. I think that the oaks look a lot more of a lot of humans than the nomai. The nomai should be how humans should face life, but actually a lot of humans face life as the oaks, not the nomai, you know. And this is really crazy if you think to yourself. This is really different. So you have the nomai that actually think that things happen and you just like you just need to enjoy life, and you have the oaks that is probably the species that's afraid of everything and is afraid to discover. And if they discover that they are going to die, they'd be they become they they start taking some dumb decisions, you know. This is what I learned with that game, that you have different ways to see life, and probably if you see life as behind some layer of fear, you probably will take some bad decisions in your life, because fear only brings you bad decisions, you know. So that's what I learned about this game, because that's why it's a beautiful game. That's why sometimes I want to play this game as it was the first time, you know. And of course, the entire premise of the game is that things end. You know, you should not want things to have to live forever. Things end, experiences end, relationships end. You know, everything ends at some time, especially the universe. And when the universe ends, another thing happens, and another thing starts again. You know, so this is why this game is so beautiful for me, so impactful for me.